Okay, so let's get started with our brine. We're going to start with a half a cup of salt, quarter cup of sugar, 6 garlic cloves, fresh parsley, thyme, sage, and rosemary. All goes in there whole. Next thing we're going to do is cut some celery into some very big chunks, carrot, and a quarter onion. Finally, we're going to take our cold brine ingredients, add 3 quarts of cold water, mix this up really good, cover this, and put it in the refrigerator overnight. Your brine will be cloudy because of the salt and the sugar moving around inside the water after mixing. Now, some people like to do a submerged brine where they'll put the entire turkey into the liquid. That really messes with the consistency of the skin and the texture of the skin. I like to do the inject brine. So I'm going to use this marinade injector to actually inject the brine into the turkey. And by doing so, this little needle here is going to push in, and all these little holes are going to go and disperse this brine throughout the turkey, as you see when I shoot it like that. And it helps the turkey plump up, add sodium to the bird, and what's going to happen is that sodium, that salt in here, is going to pull the natural moisture from the turkey breast and meat, and the meat is then going to reabsorb this liquid, which is flavored, seasoned, has a little bit of sugar, salt, and it's going to give different elements and dimensions to your actual turkey. So you don't eat a dry sawdust kind of turkey on Thanksgiving. So we've let our turkey sit overnight. The skin has kind of cured where it's dried out a little bit. That is great because that's going to give us a much crispier skin when we roast it. First thing we want to do is brine. And if you see here, we have the brine that we made last night. It smells absolutely fresh and amazing. You want to get yourself an injector for the brine. I know they look intimidating. They're not expensive. You can find them on Amazon very easily. Pull the plunger out, and then you're going to stick it into the fat parts of the muscles. So we're going to go into the breast, and you see it plump up. And into the dark meat. Then I like to take a towel and just dry off any areas where brine might have sprayed and splattered, because that's water we don't need on the skin. We want to let the brine equalize in here for about an hour. What that means is that the brine is going to be inside the meat, pulling moisture from the meat and reabsorbing the flavored liquid. That's going to give our turkey a whole different dimension of flavor inside. While that's happening, I'm going to prepare the turkey to go in the oven. I like to use a roasting rack. Now the roasting rack is going to allow this to drip any juices on the bottom that we can use later to make a gravy, but also allow the heat to go evenly around the turkey, cooking every part of it evenly. I'm going to take a towel and some olive oil and just rub the entire turkey with olive oil. Olive oil will give you a crispier skin over butter because the olive oil doesn't have any additional moisture or water to it like butter does. Butter is about 20% water, which has to evaporate before your skin can start crisping. But if you use olive oil, it's going to crisp much better and get a better golden brown color. So make sure you're evenly coated here. The next step is to season the skin. And I'm not looking to use a ton of salt because I just added that flavored brine mixture inside. You want to, from high up, get a nice even coating of salt over your skin. This is going to give you an absolutely delicious, crispy, well-salted skin on your turkey. Now this turkey is ready to go in the oven at 350 degrees with a convection or 375 with a conventional oven. And this is going to take about an hour and a half to 2 hours to cook. One last really important tool, look into getting yourself a probe thermometer. These are pretty cheap. They're about $20. Absolutely fantastic because you can leave this in the entire time and set an alarm so that it's going to show you and alert you when your turkey is at temperature. So you don't have to keep opening the oven to check it. Really wonderful. So this is going to go in here into the fattest part of the dark meat without touching the bone. I'm going to set the alarm for 165 degrees. The whole turkey will go in the oven, and this hangs out of the oven, and this is magnetic, so I can just put it right on the side of the oven. Wonderful. Let's get this bird in the oven.